In this series, we're going to be creating a web application with using VueJS, and we're going to add a little bit more than we have in the previous series I made. So we're going to be adding vuex, the state management tool we can use to control the data a little bit better. So instead of having data in each component and then sending with the mids and props and everything and confusing ourselves, we're going to take all the data and put it in the store kind of outside our app. Think of an external database, sort of, while it's still local, and then have that one send all the updates to all the components using the data and so on. We're also going to be using Vuetify because it just makes everything much easier while implementing design and using all these flex tools we can use. We're going to be using sass, creating a global sass file so we can use mixins to create, for example, the boxes, some part of the design, using colors and everything. We're going to change the theme in Vue, creating all the themes. The theme color at least, and then we're going to create a navigational guard. So if you're logged in, admin login, you get shown the backend part, so where you can change the menu. We're going to create a web shop. I didn't mention that. I'm going to create a bagel web shop. You can create whatever web shop you want for scooters, something weird, cars, whatever. But we will have a administration where we can create, we can update, we can delete, and we can read from our database. The database we're going to be using, this one, is firestore. So the newer version of Firebase instead. And this is a real-time database, so if I make changes, it instantly goes to firestore, and that instantly sends back the changes to my browser or to my page here, and then updates it so the user doesn't have to do the refresh all the time. So, oh, new products. It just gets pushed in because it's cool. That's what we want to build, hopefully at the end of this. Now I'm just going to go quickly through what I did, where I got to. I'm not completely done myself, but I will show you where we are, where I'm at, and what we will get to and past as well. So this is just part of the design. I have 3 bagels here, and those are the 3 here in my collection called menu items. And each of these have a description, name, and price. And that's this one, the name, the description, and the price here. And I also have a basket over here where I can add new bagels if I want this, and 4 of those. I can just increase over here. I don't want it anyways. And it also calculates the total price I need to pay for this. And then we have a checkout. I haven't done the checkout yet, but that should send this order, this placement order here, into my orders array so I can get that shown in my backend afterwards. Now this is all right. This is not crazy. And if I go to the login, I'm not logged in right now, EASB user, I hope this is the correct one. If not, then I'll have to redo it. And my super password, that gets me logged in, and you can see it up at the admin page right now. And in here, still the same, this is just a list of my products, but now I have an edit and I have a remove instead of add to basket, because why would I want that? And I also have an add item here. Now the color is maybe not the best one, but whatever. I just want to create a test bagel to show you how everything works. So we want to have cheddar, and it's gonna, whoops, not like that. It's gonna be a really expensive one. I click add, I go to my backend part here, my firestore, and I can see my test bagel, the price and the description has now been sent, and it created a new document or a new item in my collection here, and it also assigns it a ID, so we don't have to actually create the ID. We can just use firestores when we want to delete things, for example, change things. Cool. Let's check this out. We have a menu, and now we have our test bagel. We can add this here. Woo, woo, groovy. And we can go to admin page and check this also here. And cool thing about this is when we're done, once we click here, bam, and go over here, you can just see it went red, and we deleted the actual item from the database real time. And that will update automatically into the page when we're done with everything, setting everything up. So that's kind of what we want to do. And the things I haven't been able to show you in the browser yet is what I didn't do yet. But I designed this based on the 12 column system. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, because I know I want to use Vuetify for this. So I know this is 2 columns wide, and there's 3 of those. That means I'm using 6 of these columns, and I want to have a spare one over here for the space. It just makes everything easy for me when I build everything. Everything is being part, as you can see, of the 12 columns here. So this might be 7 columns, 5 columns, or something like this, right? This is just a guest view. This is for the administration view. This is just how I set it up. This is what we just saw, a little bit different. This is for creating, this is for editing, and down here, this is the last one we have that we're going to complete. this is my orders. So once I log in, I can go to the orders page to see what orders. So just info box, nothing really super here. And then down here we will create a component that takes in the information. So if people buy something, click checkout when there's something in the basket, it should be sent to the orders array, which then will be grabbed from Firestore, put into our Vue application, and giving the assignment of order 1, and so on and so on. And then we want to have this status here. So once the order is put in, it's going to start as a default at not started. And then once you log in admin, you can go click it. If you have a tablet, you should be able to like double click it, not double click it, just click it, switch it to in progress, and once again to go complete it. And if you want to revert it to not started, we can set up a double click function for this. So double click it and it goes back to started. One click, it goes forward, right? And then we are able to archive items and remove orders, and we will create a total revenue for all time revenue, and we will create for today's revenue and completed orders. Whoops. So hopefully once we're done with this series, we have at least most of this. As you can see, not all the design is maybe put in, but this is what we want to get to once we're done with this series.